In this video I'm going to explain about creating isometric and perspective views and working with them. So if you've got a floor plan view such as this and you want to create and save a 3D isometric view, your first point of call would be to quickly go up to the options bar up here and click on the home key here, and this will open up a 3D view. It's usually southeast is the default view that it will always jump to, and in this instance this is where you would then utilize this and create copies of this and then use that and shrink it down and tighten it up. So quickest one to do is, if you were to change this now, this default will always be whatever result is of what your changes have been. So you want to keep this without being changed. So first instance is go to the view command and then click on duplicate view, and this one here, duplicate view. I'll explain in other videos about these other commands that you can use here, but for now we'll just click on duplicate view. We've now got another copy here, so where it just said 3D, we now has 3D copy 1. So we'll go into the properties where it's got here and we can rename it. And press enter and then apply. And now what we can do is we can alter how this looks. We can change the detail, we can change the colors of it, we can even, from here we can see that it's got a section view, but we can't see this yet, so we're going to switch on the section view. Section boxes are on. We can switch off roofs. And we can hide other elements within there to give us the views that we want. And once we've got these, change it round, look from a different angle, zoom in on a particular area or anything like this. We can just save this again. As say, we've already called this 3D small, and then what you do is the likes of here, these are all ones that have already been pre-saved, and then we can just quickly jump to these views and see what's been happening in each of these views that have been set up, and then back to the original default. So there's the 3D isometric views. If we want to look at a 3D perspective, what we need to do is we need to be in a floor plan first, and then we need to go here in the view command, but instead of 3D view we want to click on this and then go to camera. This is where we place the camera anywhere in the building, such as in this corner of this room, and then we expand out our field of view. Now the further field of view you put it, the further that you'll actually see. So if we only put this to here, when we go to this particular view, will only be as far as where our cursor is at the moment, and the back of this particular room will be white and you wouldn't see anything. If we go as far as just outside the room, then again our field of view depth would only be as far as where our cursor is. If we use the navigation tool to then use it to walk through the building, we would still not see into the distance. We can change this, but what best off to do is to go at least a fair bit for what you want, such as this, and I'll show you about changing the view depth later on. So now we've got our view based on the camera angle that we positioned it and our view depth as far as we can. And what you're best off doing here is changing these colours to be a bit more realistic and to fine detail. Over on the left hand side you can see this here is our eye elevation. This is basically based on the floor level and the height. So obviously based off the ground floor, so it's at 5.5 meters. This is obviously a the second floor, which is what we call the first floor. And then also the target elevation, that's so as we're looking horizontal as opposed to looking up or looking down. Here, the far clip offset, that's our distance that we positioned our cursor when we first created the perspective view. So at the moment our field of view is at 33 meters, just under 33.5 meters. If we grab our wheel, full navigation wheel, and position it in our field of view here, we can then use this to look around and see. As you can see in this particular example here, the car park, this is as far as 33.5 meters will take us. If we want to look further to the other side of the car park, we need to change this offset to 50 meters. And as you can see, we can see further on now, and 100 meters. And then we can use our wheel to either pan left and right or up or down, but there's also a separate up and down command which keeps you in line but takes you just in that one axis. And then we can also use it to actually walk through, and yes, you can walk through walls or doors, and now we can use it to look around. And don't forget, we're now at 100 meters distance viewing. Again, we can change, go back to just different views, different level of detail, and even whether we want to see such things as the services within here. So whether we want lighting in there or not. And as you can see, we just had a light disappear from this point here. If we put them back in again, so look at this area here and you'll see a light up here. There you go, and there's just one just on the side there. Again, you can then save these views for later on. If we go back to the outside area here, we can switch on shading, and then we can apply the sun based on a particular angle or location and time of day and date. And they can use this for solar studies, for when you're putting in solar or even just heat loads for the HVAC.